I'm here today to talk to you about filing your FAFSA for the 2019-2020 academic year. Some topics we will be going over today are financial aid programs, how and when to apply, filing the FAFSA, helpful frequently asked questions, tips and resources, and questions and answers. What is financial aid? Financial aid is comprised into three categories: grants and scholarships, also known as gift aid, federal work study, loans. Federal work study is determined the FAFSA for your eligibility. Most jobs are worked on campus and hours are based on the student's schedule. Students earn wages. The funds are not applied directly to the student's billing account. There are part-time jobs or undergrad assistantships. Earn more than just a degree. Through federal work study, a student can earn valuable networking opportunities. Gift aid is comprised into two categories: scholarships and grants. Scholarships can be awarded by the institution or by an outside institution. Grants are comprised of institutional, federal Pell, Federal Supplemental Opportunity Grant, or SEOG, and New York State Assistance Program, also known as TAP. Some frequently used scholarship search sites for outside scholarships are fineaid.org, fastweb.com, and scholarships.com. Outside scholarships are a great way for students to earn extra opportunities for additional scholarships. Loans. There are federal education loans that students are eligible for. The 2018-2019 rates are reflected below. The first loan is the Stafford loans. They're subsidized and unsubsidized loans. The subsidized loan will not accrue interest while the student is in school. The unsubsidized loan will accrue interest while the student is in school, but both can be deferred until after the student graduates. Current interest rate for the Stafford loan is 5.05% with a 1.066 origination fee. In order to receive eligibility for the Stafford loan, the FAFSA must be filed. The Parent Plus loan is a loan the parents can actually apply for on behalf of the student. It has a 7.60 interest rate and a 4.264 origination fee. This is also eligible if the parent applies for the FAFSA, but a separate application will be needed. Federal loans are not the only loans that are available. You can also do an alternate or personal student loan, which would have variable rates and terms. There's also home equity loans for another option. Please note the 2019-2020 rates will be available July 1st, 2020. Financial aid timeline for 2018-2019. So September through December of a senior year in high school, one student and one parent would apply for the FSA ID. This can be done on studentaid.gov/FSA ID. The FSA ID is needed in order to apply for the FAFSA. Then you can file the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. This can be done at www.fafsa.gov, and this will be available as of October 1st. All New York State residents can also file for the Tuition Assistance Program, or TAP application. This can be done by logging on to www.hesc.ny.gov. This is also available as of October 1st. You can also apply for the College Scholarship Service or CSS Profile application. This will be available as of October 1st, but this is not required by Hofstra University. You can also start beginning to apply for outside scholarships. January through March of your senior year in high school, please make sure your FAFSA is filed by February 1st. Colleges and universities begin to send out financial aid award packages. The FAFSA filing deadlines and timing of award notifications will vary between schools. Complete verification, if it is required, and other requested forms, such as proof of citizenship and selective service. April through May, you would pay your tuition or housing deposits and accept or decline financial aid by the national candidate reply date of May 1st. You can start to complete your loan applications and requirements after May 1st. Who is eligible for federal aid? U.S. citizens and eligible non-citizens, such as permanent residents, are eligible to file the FAFSA and receive federal aid. Males between the ages of 18 and 25 must register with the Selective Service at www.sss.gov. Students must have a valid Social Security number. If a parent does not have a Social Security number, please enter zeros on the FAFSA. Deferred action or DACA students are not eligible to file a FAFSA and are not eligible for federal financial aid. Why file the FAFSA? It's free. It determines eligibility for federal grants, loans, and work study. Some states, including New York, require it as the first part of an application process for financial aid from that state. Some colleges and private organizations require it for consideration of scholarships and grants. What will you need to file the FAFSA? Select the documents needed for both student and parents. All sources of 2017 taxed and untaxed income, such as income tax returns, W-2 forms, benefit statements, etc. You can also use the IRS Data Retrieval to simplify the process. Asset information, such as your most recent bank statements, investments, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, etc. Social Security numbers, the student's driver's license, if applicable, an alien registration number, if applicable. FAFSA frequently asked questions. Question: can a student choose to report 2018 information? Answer: no. You must report information for the year the FAFSA asks for. Remember, certain items on the FAFSA are as of today, so you must read each question and fill out accordingly. If questions are answered incorrectly, your FAFSA could be selected for verification. Question: what if my family's financial situation changed since 2017? Answer: speak with the colleges you are accepted to and add on your FAFSA. Each school may handle these situations differently. Most colleges have a special form or process for this. This is the home page of the FAFSA, so fafsa.ed.gov. This is where you would either start a new FAFSA, or if you're a returning user, you would log in. For the login page, the student information that's required would be to enter your FSA ID, or you can enter the student's information. That's a frequently asked question. Question: I can only send the FAFSA to 10 colleges online. What if I need to send the FAFSA to more? Answer: change the codes by going back into the FAFSA online, or you can call 1-800-4FED-AID and do it over the phone. By doing this, you are actually removing some of the previous schools listed, and therefore, future changes to the FAFSA will only be sent to the 10 schools most recently listed on the FAFSA. Who is considered a parent? A legal parent includes a biological or adoptive parent or a person that the state has determined to be your parent. For example, when a state allows another person's name to be listed as a parent on a birth certificate. Grandparents, foster parents, legal guardians, older brothers or sisters, widowed step-parents, and aunts and uncles are not considered parents unless they have legally adopted you. Below is a chart with the parent's marital situation and the information that needs to be provided. FAFSA frequently asked questions. Question: my parents are separated or divorced and living apart. Whose information do I put on the FAFSA? Answer: you should report the information for the parent who lived with the most over the years, past 12 months, regardless of who claims you on their income tax return. Question: parents have to be legally separated to file the FAFSA as separated. Now, colleges may ask for proof of separate residences, such as a copy of lease and utility bills. Question: my step-parent is not responsible for reporting me. Why do I have to report his or her information on the FAFSA? Answer: if the parent you reside with is remarried, federal regulations require you to report step-parent's information on the FAFSA. This slide goes over how you can use the IRS Data Retrieval. This will pull your tax information directly from the IRS government website right into your FAFSA to simplify the process. Top in the box are fields that are pre-filled based on the FAFSA responses. This is a slide that shows what it would look like to get your income tax information. Click the bottom as Transfer Now for it to go to your FAFSA. Assets. Assets net worth means current value of the assets minus what is owed. Assets include money in cash, savings, and checking accounts, businesses, investment farms, other investments such as real estate, other than the home in which you live, UGMA and UTMA accounts for which you are the owner, stock, bonds, certificates of deposit. Assets do not include the home in which you live, UGA and UTMA accounts for which you are the custodian but not the owner, the value of life insurance, retirement plans, such as 401k plans, pension funds, annuities, non-education IRAs, and KEO plans. Question: how are 529 plans reported on the FAFSA? Answer: a 529 plan is reported under the owner as an investment, not the beneficiary. If the parent is the owner, it is reported under the parent investment question. If the parent has more than one 529 plan for various members of the family, including siblings of the student, the total value of all plans must be reported under the parent. Student signature page. This here shows one of the last pages of the FAFSA. The FAFSA must be signed by the student in order for it to be valid. You must click the agree box and press sign for it to be submitted. Parent signature page is also required. They would also need to agree and click sign and then submit my FAFSA now, which will complete the FAFSA for processing. Once you have submitted your FAFSA successfully, you will receive a confirmation page. On this page, it will show you the schools that your FAFSA was sent to. Please make sure that you do receive the confirmation page as well as an email that you've sent. Make sure your FAFSA has been submitted. What happens next? After your FAFSA is processed, you will receive a Student Aid Report, or SAR, with estimated eligibility. This report will also include your EFC, or expected family contribution. Each school listed on your FAFSA will receive the information you submitted. If accepted for admission, the colleges will calculate and prepare a financial aid package. Further details regarding your awards and other required documents will be provided within the aid package. Accept or decline the aid offered to you and return the response to the aid office as early as possible, but no later than May 1st. Undergraduate financial aid summary process. This chart goes over the timeline for the financial aid process. So for your fall semester of your senior year in high school, please make sure a parent and student are creating an FSA ID. Begin to inquire about grants and scholarships as well as the college application process. Males between 18 and 25 need to register for the selective service. And if required by colleges, please submit the CSS profile by October 1st. This is not required by Hofstra. After October 1st, you would file for your FAFSA as well as apply for state aid. January through March, colleges and universities will begin to send out financial aid packages, and you will complete verification if it's required, as well as submitting other requested forms like proof of citizenship or selective service. Between April and May, you're accepting or declining financial aid by no later than May 1st, which is the national reply date, and pay tuition and housing deposits. In May, the student will complete their Stafford Loan Entrance Counseling and Master Promissory Note, and the parents can complete the Federal Plus loan application. If you are choosing to apply for an alternative loan, you can begin to fill out those applications as well. What is verification? Your SAR, or Student Aid Report, will notify you if you've been selected by the FAFSA processor, and the colleges you apply to will also be notified. If you are selected, you must submit signed 2017 income documentation. Income documentation would be the 2017 federal tax return transcripts. This can be requested from irs.gov/transcript. Don't miss out. Additional aid may be offered upon the completion of verification, and aid may also be adjusted based on the corrections. A FAFSA tip. Should I hire a consultant to help me file the FAFSA? I do not recommend paying a fee when you can get the help you need right from the source for free. Specialized FAFSA representatives are available to assist you step-by-step through the application process at 1-800-4FED-AID or 1-800-433-3243, or by clicking Live Help button to chat with a FAFSA representative. More FAFSA tips. What are some common mistakes students and families make when completing the FAFSA? Not asking for help. Call 1-800-FED-AID to utilize the FAFSA online chat or use the self-service buttons right throughout the FAFSA. File the correct FAFSA for the correct aid year. Do not use any nicknames. Use the name as spelled on your Social Security card. Correct Social Security numbers and dates of birth. Do not list parent income information under the student section. Make sure both student and parent signatures go through. If your address has changed, please update your admissions application. Helpful links for financial aid resources: our homepage, Hofstra Aid, hofstra.edu/FFS. For federal, studentaid.ed.gov/SA/. For New York State, esc.ny.gov. Any general information, fineaid.org. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our financial aid office here at Hofstra by calling 516-463-8000 or by emailing us at studentfinancialservices@hofstra.edu. So much. Have a great day.